you have, to me, if you have radiation poison,
Right.
and that's what's killing you, let's say COVID-19 is radiation, then nobody would be getting better. Everybody would be dying.
Right.
Because it's not like people are getting sick and then they're taking the towers down.
Right.
It's
Right.
still going up more and more every day.
Right.
So, nobody will get better. We'll just continue to decompose and die because radiation kills out your cells.
Now wait, I was reading something where they use radiation to kill cancer cells, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now.
Yeah, so they use radiation that goes after the cancerous cells and they try to kill them.
Right, but now this is my thing. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. A virus needs cells in order to reproduce because it needs a host. Am I correct?
Yeah.
So that means
exactly.
that radiation could not work in sync with
a
the
virus.
coronavirus.
No.
That's
At least in
impossible,
my
right?
opinion. I'm not a scientist, but in my opinion, no.
Right. No, but I'm just saying because that's something that I actually had to do. I've been trying to find information that would tie any kind of relation between the COVID-19 and the 5G towers.
Yeah.
And I haven't, but what I did was I did a little bit of research on radiation, and I understand how they treat cancer cells.
Yeah, with chemotherapy.
Which is radiation.
Radiation, yes.
And then at the same time, I did a little bit of research on cells themselves and how one cell attaches to a healthy cell, it infects it, then at the same time, it reproduces itself as an infected cell, and it just attaches, and that right there is just how the body itself suddenly takes on this sudden illness. Am I correct?
Yep, correct. That's basically how cancer works. So you can have cancer in your kidneys, and all of a sudden you have cancer in your bladder. Because over time it starts at one spot and then it goes to the other if untreated.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because I've been trying to, and what I've been doing, like I say, because everybody's involved in these theories. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And myself.
Everybody wants something to believe in. It's crazy.
Yeah. What I try to do is I try not to be so theoretical, because if I'm going to give information to people, I want to be able to give the factual information. And at the same time, when I'm talking about being factual, I'm also trying my best to try to find the facts, because I've been looking for information based on 5G.
Yeah.
And the thing that got me the most was how everybody's talking about the 5G conspiracy, but then at the same time, I'm looking and I'm finding there are countries where they're poor countries where they don't even have 5G, but they do.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So I mean, and it's
and I don't think you could get radiation poison and pass it on human to human either.
Right. Right. That makes sense. Right. Because everybody would have to be exposed to the towers. Like I'm going to tell you, I look at, and this is once again one of my theories when I also talk about things like radiation poisoning. I'm looking at how people are living under these power lines. And I think that would be a greater level of giving people radiation poisoning than anything else, because we got people that got unexplained cases of cancer that have been exposed to these elements for a long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
And it's kind of
that's why even like these cell phones, they give off little small parts of radiation.
Right.
I remember back in the day, I used to use Bluetooth headphones, the ones that you only come with one.
Right.
And if I buy a cheap one, it gives me a headache. After maybe a good 30, 40 minutes having it in my ear, I have a headache.
Right.
So that made me to stop, using Bluetooth, and I started using the ones that go around your neck. Right. Recently, I went back to Bluetooth again, but I have the Samsung Buds. They're like $100.
Right.
Those don't give me a headache. It's interesting.
Now, what is the effect on the city out there as far as COVID-19? What's the effect on New York City?
It's crazy. If I could, I would take a picture or at least flip the camera, but I'm afraid it's gonna cut off.
Right.
Of this line right here by the supermarket. It's crazy. I can go to work in 15 minutes now. There's no traffic.
Right.
Barely anyone shopping unless it's for clothes. I mean, nothing is really open anyway.
Right.
And a lot of people, if you cough in the supermarket, everybody gonna stop and look at you. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was in where that I was in 7-Eleven, man. Somebody coughed, man, and everybody practically ran out of the 7-Eleven. Everybody
Yeah,
panicked.
it's crazy.
It was kind of crazy because everybody kind of panicked, man. Now, I was reading about Hart Island. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, that's a place where they bury like unknown people like John Doe's and Jane Doe's.
Right, right. Now, the thing about it is that the article, I was just read this article yesterday because I ran across the picture of the mass grave. Well, it wasn't a mass grave, it was a trench. And it had a bunch of caskets in what are they called, the white things, like those white caskets. I know they're like marble or something, what they put over the casket, what it actually was.
Oh, like tombstone.
Yeah, those things there. They had well, actually, what I was looking at, they actually had a bunch of those, right? But they had trenches, like
Yeah.
more to come, right? And what they were saying was that they said that the burial rate there has gone up from 25 burials a week, 25 burials a day since COVID-19.
That's crazy.
That's really crazy.
It's possible because a lot of people who come into the hospital, this is what sucks. A lot of people who come into the hospital sick, families can't come with them.
Right.
So a lot of times people are coming in either from nursing homes or coming in, from home. They go in and like either family members, abandon them or nobody knows who they are to begin with.
Right.
So after some time, nobody claims the body. That's it.
Right. That sounds crazy. That actually sounds crazy.
I've seen people come in, family members die like 2 days ago, but they didn't know. So now they coming in like nobody called me. I didn't hear anything. It's like since I register people in the emergency room.
Right.
So I'm the one who gets phone numbers, insurance, and all of that.
Right.
And if the person can't breathe or they're intubated, we can't get information out of them.
Right.
And when they come 3 days later, they don't even know, like, hey, family member died 2 days ago, 3 days ago. And right now they have two refrigerated trucks outside of the hospital where they put the bodies in.
I've heard about that. I've heard about that, and I've also heard about the makeshift morgues. That's crazy because the impact that they saying it has on New York City, they're saying literally. I heard the governor was on the news of New York City, and he said that the impact of COVID-19 is worse than 9/11.
I can't comment on that. I don't know.
I heard the governor say that. That's what I'm saying. I heard the governor say that on the news. He said that over 6,000 people have died from COVID-19 since in New York City since this pandemic began. 6,300 people have died in New York City, and that's kind of wild.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I mean,
over the weekend we had 30 deaths where I work at.
Yeah, well, I know that it has to be overwhelming on the medical workers, on the staff there also.
Yeah, we had someone that I work with, not directly. She passed away recently. I heard she came into the hospital. I won't say too much for respect to the family.
Right.
She came in, heard she was doing a little bit better. She left. Then she came back. When I saw her, she was talking, joking. I was like, okay, she's getting better. Next time I came in the next day, I heard she's in ICU. Then like a day or two later, she died.
Right, that's crazy, man.
She got problem breathing. That was the main issue she had. Then there's another nurse. She's in ICU right now. She came in a couple of days before. She was all right. They sent her home. She came back. Now she's in ICU. Right. And two other nurses came in. Two other co-workers of mine, they had it, but they recovered.